everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today's video is going to be what I'm going to title Toyota Tacoma Bits and Pieces, because that's what it's going to be. Bits and pieces of some of the stuff that I do to maintain the truck, as well as bits and pieces of mods that I've done before, some things that I've got to kind of tidy up a little bit. So I'm going to put you on the old hat cam. I'm going to try to move slowly so I don't give anybody vertigo or anything, and just show you a little bit of kind of what I do on a daily or maybe weekly, even monthly basis to kind of maintain the truck and to keep it the way that I want. Okay, first things first, when I drove the truck the other day, I noticed the tire pressures were low. Matter of fact, I think I shot a whole video about tire pressures and stuff. So we've got to correct that. We've got a front coming through, temperatures are going to drop, so if I don't get it up a little bit higher, they're going to go down even further. So I've got an air compressor in here, and I find that when you have the great big tires like this, or bigger tires, you need something a little more substantial. So it's going to get a little loud. I'm going to crank that thing on. We're going to get it filling up. It is a 6-gallon. I think I had said something about it being a 6-horse. It's a 6-gallon tank, 150 psi capability. So let's go ahead, get this thing cranked. I apologize for the noise. And I like to keep these about 35, so it's going to need, I don't know, maybe a couple of pounds in the rear here to get up to 35. And there we go, we're a bit over 35. I like to keep these, like I said, about 35 or so. I'm going to leave it about there because I know they're going to lose some pressure when this cold front comes through here shortly. This one was the lowest, by the way. It was down to 32 on the gauge inside the truck. So let's check this one. I know they're all lower because of the gauge on the inside of the truck. This one's just a little below 35, probably needs a couple pounds. Ooh, that took me up to about 37, more than I want to be. It's about a little over 36. There, just a bit over 35. And by the way, these gauges I have found are the best. You know, you can get all these digital things and all that crazy stuff, but when it comes to ease of use and reliability, these I found are the best. Let's hit this one. Just a bit over 35, right where I want it. And the last one. Hopefully I'm not all tangled up over there. That's not too bad. And there you go, bit over 35. So that gets everything set where I want it. Kind of a pet peeve of mine, I think, to keep the tire pressures up. I check them frequently for tire wear and fuel economy and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't hurt to check them out. Now, go ahead and shut this off before it kicks on again. And a little tip for you, if you've got all this tubing and stuff to screw with, whether it's electrical cords or air line like this is a great way to store all your tubing. Just throw it in a bucket. You don't have to wind it up so tight that it's potentially going to damage the line or the cord itself, and it keeps it out of the way. I've been doing this for quite a while this way and never have had to replace a line for a split or anything crazy because I wound it too tight. Next up, I put some new lights on the back. We have to check the fuse. Those should be pulling about a little over 10 amps or something like that. So I want to make sure that the fuse that I have in my switch is able to handle it and that it's not too low. We've got the switch right here. Of course, the main part of it is under the hood. Let's check that out. And I don't even really remember. Let's grab a flashlight. I honestly don't even remember how that thing is set up. Find a place to put my light there. Alright. Oh, well, it's set up pretty easily. Now the big question is, which one is which? Well, we only have 5 amps here. Let's hope it's not that one. And then we have 10, 20, and 20. What I really need is 15. So I'm gonna cut the video for a minute, try to figure out which one it is. It's got to be, let's see, it's got to be one of these three. My guess is it's hopefully a 20. So let me figure that out. It is hooked up, or was hooked up, to a 20 amp fuse. So I pulled the 15 out of my little thing here, and I went ahead and put that in. I'll show you guys, it was right here. So this 15 amp breaker, or fuse I should say, is what was connected to the lights up top. So we're going to leave it at 15. That should be plenty. You want to try to match your fuses obviously as close to whatever your draw is, so that if it draws more or there's a problem, you don't burn up your wire or start a fire. That would be a drag. But you pop the fuse instead. So I've got that done. Everything is golden. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is just kind of take a look around inside. By the way, here's the new battery tie down. Still looks awesome, as it should. I mean, it's a good quality aluminum piece, a billet aluminum piece. There is a link down below if you want to check these out, by the way. But anyway, everything else looks good. No critters living in here. That's always good, with the rats and snakes and squirrels and everything else we have down here. You never know what you're going to find when you come outside. Fortunately, I now have an open filter here. If anything's going to live in here, it's going to be right out in the open, not in a box. One reason to have an open filter, I think, down here is just to keep the critters from hopefully feeling safe and building nests in areas like that. Something you definitely don't want, right? One other thing I want to check, obviously you want to look at the fluids. I did get some windshield washer fluid recently. I think I'm going to go ahead and add a touch of that. So let me grab that fluid. And I did end up getting, it's all I had down here, is a summer formula. I don't know why I need a summer formula, but hey, that's what I have. So let's go ahead, see if we can't fill that thing up a little bit. Always hate pouring new bottles of this stuff because I always seem to get it all over the place. Hopefully that's not going to happen, but we shall see. Let's see if I can manage to pour this in there. Look at that, just like a pro, man. Don't need a ton, but well, more than I thought. There, we'll fill it up to about right there. I think that's pretty good. That way I don't get somewhere, you know, when I'm out mudding on the heavy trails and stuff, well, actually driving on the streets, and have any kind of issues with anything like that. I hate running out of windshield washer fluid. It is a bummer. Other than that, everything else looks good. There's really not a whole lot of upkeep, obviously, on a brand new truck. This truck is less than 2,000 miles, I think. Oh, I gotta remember, do have to put the fuse cover back on, right? Or the switch cover, whatever you want to call this. I guess we'd call it a fuse cover, right? Let's go ahead, pop that sucker back on there. Wow, that was too easy. Nothing's ever that easy, come on. All right, that takes care of that. Okay, that's it. Just a little bit odds and ends, bits and pieces taking a look at today. Just a couple of things with the Tacoma. Let me know, do you go out, check these kind of things frequently, or you never do a thing until it goes in for an oil change and let the shop do it? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.